Greetings and welcome to a Friday edition of the Shotgun Start. It is August 29th. Andy, how we doing?
Brendan, I'm doing okay. You know, I don't like all the noise that's going on my former neighbors to the north. All the noise, all the hoopla. You know, it was a tough day yesterday.
What are you talking about? What are your neighbors to the north? Oregon? The Oregon Ducks? Is
Former
that what you're talking about?
neighbors to the north.
Former neighbors to the north. Could be anyone, really. You claim Chicago, you don't claim Chicago. All right, you don't live there, but your former neighbors to the north.
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers? Micah Parsons
the
coming
Jerry
for
Jones. That? Jerry Jones just...
senile.
Yeah. I don't know. Just egregious. Egregious trade. NFL should have stopped in and banned it. I like Micah Parsons. I can't wait for him to realize how big of a mistake he's made wanting to live and subject himself to Green Bay, Wisconsin. But, you know.
PJ wrote in the newsletter, Friday newsletter today, a lot of Packers love. I mean, it's his fantasy football corner, which I've enjoyed. I said, right, every Friday in August, you've just been killing it, PJ. But it was basically Packers Corner today in the newsletter.
It was Packers Corner.
Jordan Love, Tucker Kraft, all these people you're high on.
Well, I threw Justin Fields in there for Andy, too. You know, ghosts of Bears quarterback past.
Is that for him or like a jamming? I don't know.
Well, as I was saying, that Andy is convinced that Jordan Love is not Aaron Rodgers. For fantasy purposes, you don't actually have to be good at football to be useful in fantasy. And this is a fantasy corner. Now, would I have written about how much I love the Packers' future odds before yesterday when those odds shot down a little bit? Yeah, I would have. Do I have some Packers outstanding futures pre-yesterday? Yes, I do. But I chose not to write that. I chose merely to write that I think Jordan Love's going to be a useful fantasy quarterback.
The Nico Echevarria fans are going to be mad. We're talking about football here at the top. But you know what? It's Friday, going into Labor Day weekend. There's no
Week
golf.
Week 1, college football.
The Illini. They played at night.
Western Illinois.
We got the Leathernecks. We got Western Illinois.
Where is Western Illinois? What city is that in?
Macomb, Illinois. Is it in the middle of nowhere?
I would assume.
It's like
honestly, I don't mean to be disrespectful to Illinois, but like I don't know what there is after Chicago. Like I don't know that there's like, is there anything south, west?
You know, I had a great conversation with one of my neighbors last night about the geography of California.
Yeah,
and he agreed with my Central California. But also where I live specifically, north of the Golden Gate Bridge is the very southern tip of the Pacific Northwest. He agreed wholeheartedly.
Oh, I'm glad you're talking to your own neighbors. You deflected my question about Illinois, though.
I was going to tie this back to that.
Okay. All right.
Now, if a lot of people like to divide states based off of population, and PJ lives in a place similar to this, right?
Yeah.
California, they say, Santa Cruz is the dead middle of California. And a lot of people call it Northern California. It's the dead middle geographically of California.
Right.
Now, if we applied this to New York or we applied this to Chicago, this idea of population center being like, we can't divide the state geographically because nobody lives in Northern California. There's nobody up there.
Right.
Well, like if we did the same thing for Chicago, Southern Illinois would be like just south of the city.
Right.
And if we did the same thing for Central New York, would be New York City proper. Long Island would be East New York. And then Western New York would be like the west suburbs of New York City.
I mean, isn't everything upstate basically once you get past like Wingfoot? That's the problem.
That's a hot button issue. My opinion, as somebody who has lived both upstate and downstate, is that anything north of the Bronx, if you go over the city, I'd even consider Westchester upstate, but that's a hot take. Anything above Westchester is definitely upstate.
But then the people in Buffalo take great offense to be calling it upstate. They're Western.
They
should be Western.
Yes, but they are. You're at the tippity top there. So let's relax too. I understand you're Western, but you're all the way up there. So you're in Canada.
I have some important accounting.
Okay. It's a Friday episode.
I was being a boat boy this week, taking the ferry in to see my Cubs get shellacked by the Giants on a daily basis. It was a tough week for Chicago sports. But anyways, I was taking the boat the other day. I was with a friend of mine who's got a young kid who loves planes. So he's got like the plane tracker app, Yeah. We saw beautiful clear day, saw this just monster plane taking off. I'm like, oh, that thing's got to be going to like Dubai or Hong Kong or something like that. That's one of the big boy planes. And he's like, well, let me look it up. Dubai flight took off going west, turned back east.
No.
Then went straight north.
Okay.
And
Up
came
and
over, and then its path into Dubai was straight south. So it actually went all directions.
So it went over the North Pole? Is that what we're suggesting?
Yes. Yeah. Went over the North Pole.
That's great. You're doing this live as you're on the boat and this big boy goes overhead. You start tracking
basically, we saw it going taking off.
There we go.
Went west, back east, north, and then finished coming south.
Did the whole deal. Went in every direction. I love that. Just like this podcast here at the top. That's good. That's good. We got geography. We got flights. We got Packers corner. Are you worried about the Bears with Micah Parsons? Like, did it dramatically alter your view on the season and or the rivalry?
I don't want to bother our international listeners here with too much football talk.
We'll do football
here
next
at the
week
beginning.
too.
But if you're gonna point out, if you take away any skepticism about Caleb Williams, which there's a lot of skepticism, so like we're just gonna put that aside. If you were gonna look at the Bears' offense, you might say, they have a real issue at left tackle, and we play in the division with probably the best defensive ends in all football. Aiden Hutchinson, now Micah Parsons, the guys that the Vikings have are studs, and we have no clue who's going to be our left tackle. So yes, I am worried. I think that's it's actually like a big problem for the Bears.
We got a happy Tyson Bagent. Should Caleb get dinged?
Well,
around the edge.
A lot of people are still calling for Bagent Boy to be the starter.
That's not happening. Who are a lot of people? People doing that?
It's a vocal minority,
but it's there. Interesting. All right.
It's been there since the beginning of the Caleb Williams era.
You guys don't need that. That's insanity. Stop it. People calling for Shador to start.
Good news is the Browns got another quarterback.
Who'd we sign? Oh, Bailey's happy. I mean, yeah, we're on our way. We got Bailey in the fold. No, we're on our way. I think Browns are going to be terrible, but they might not be. They might be okay here. First month of the season with Flacco and Stefanski get in the lab and find the rhythm again. But
you know what I'm excited about?
Yeah,
with the Browns.
What?
Oh shit! It's not on here.
What?
I was going to go to the
soundboard. Yeah,
we don't have it on here.
Let's go ahead, PJ. What do you need to say? What do you need to jump?
He's getting it on the soundboard.
Your wires are not great. Your wires, PJ, you're all scruffy. Or is it me? Or my wires?
I think your wires are the problem today. It's too early in Maryland.
Comcastic doesn't wake up before 10 a.m.
I want to talk to Samson.
Who's that?
It's your running back. It's your rookie running back. Because your other rookie running back is insane.
Or was not in jail. I don't want. Allegedly had some issues. Is out. It's not on the team. Yeah, that's good. That's great. Jimmy Haslam running a great show over there. Be a great season. We'll talk about that next week. Right now, we need to talk about none other than Sonny Kim. Wins on the minor league golf tour. A favorite. I don't know if you're a Johnny come lately to this podcast, then that's your fault. We're leading with Sonny Kim. here on Friday, going into September. He's title, exclamation point on the Minor League Golf Tour website. He's back. Sonny Kim fires 64 to win at Harbor Ridge CC. That's the headline you need. News of the week. Screw Keegan Bradley, Ryder Cup picks. He's back. Palm City, Florida. Sonny Kim from Queens, New York, did not make a bogey en route to an 8 under par 64 on the River Ridge course at Harbor Ridge Country Club. He made birdies on a lot of holes to beat Olin Brown Jr., the real OBJ. This was Kim's 88th win on the Minor League Golf Tour. Just a preposterous number. No one gets 88 starts. He's got 88 wins on the Minor League Golf Tour since turning pro in 2007. Sonny stepped away from golf late in 2022 after Q school and entered the business world. While he still works full-time, he hasn't lost the desire to compete. He earned $1,050 from the $5,040 purse, plus $183 from, why are they putting this detail on the website? $183 from the bonus pool and $150 in skins for $1,383. So good day for Sonny Kims. Makes almost $1,400. It was his 88th win on the Minor League Golf Tour.
It's incredible. This is a record that, accurately has been counted, right? Are you questioning the Minor League Tour history?
I will need to get in the lab on that. It's probably more accurately accounted for than the PGA Tour. We did get a golf advice note that was not a golf advice question that said, last week on PGA Tour Live, they were talking about Tommy Fleetwood so-and-so would be the first since records were kept in 1983. So this is on PGA Tour's own channel. I mean, they're saying records kept since 1980. Well, we know we've made up a lot of stuff for before then. But yes, 88th win for Sonny Kim. Just a legend here on the Sonny Abacoa, as he's also known.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
What I love, and they put in more color in the Instagram posts, but they talked about, he stepped away from this pro golf, but he still loves to compete. And, there's nothing, you want to talk about the depressing state of trying to play pro golf. It's got to feel awful that this guy who's working for a living now just comes out and just kicks your ass.
I mean, it's a lot of, at Minor League Golf Tour is a lot of like young kids, right? I mean, not young, but 20s, they can't make it to PGA Tour Americas or whatever it is. And so they're getting starts, probably living down in South Florida, working on
or it's Eric Cole playing in this off season,
Yeah, just rampaging through against kids trying to make a buck. That's Sonny Kim Corner. A great one to have him revisit our lives. Fresh out of the business world. On the
just loves competing, loves competition. I've been trying to. I was looking, I did a quick search around trying to figure out what Sonny does for a living. Haven't been able to. I thought he would have gone into, a popular
insurance.
one's going to real estate down there.
Yeah.
If you wash out as a attempt to be a tour pro. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, business world was conveniently ambiguous. It didn't seem like it was very specific. So who knows what he's doing? Maybe he's, doing something illicit and they're trying to cover it up. I have no idea. On the Omega European Masters in Switzerland, late push, could he be the pick? 12th pick, Adrian Sadier. Don't call me happier. Sadier is 9 under, leading in Switzerland, beating Thirsty Boy, who just couldn't break 75 all year on the PGA Tour, just immediately goes back to Europe. Boom, 63 or whatever he shot. He's 2 back. Adrian Sadier making a run, maybe for a Ryder Cup spot. I think that's all buttoned up. Nico is in the middle of the field. Alex Noren in the middle of the field. So I think we're all set with the Ryder Cup selections. Though I will say, it's kind of interesting. Everybody's in the field at Wentworth next week, but not Sepp, not the Tank. This was after he had the WD from BMW
I
for
think
issues.
he's been dealing with some family issues. I got a little color. So I hope everything's okay with the Straka family. It's
so
I don't think it's necessarily my news to
No, he WD'd from BMW. Instead, he had family issues. Be back for a Tour Championship. Obviously, struggled at Tour Championship, but is not playing Wentworth. Probably still going to be on the team. It's a family issue, and he's not going over there.
Yeah, I thoughts and prayers to the Sepp Straka, the Tank family.
Yes, absolutely. Otherwise, in Wentworth, everybody's there, including Hideki. This is Ben Coley. I want to cite him, but the field's out there. Hideki, Corey Connors is going to England. John Rahm, Rory, Ludwig, Pat Reed, Hovland, Hatton, Peters. Just a monster of event. But players with full DP World Tour status aren't guaranteed a spot. I mean, you got, mixture of live boys like Rahm and Peters, Hatton rumbling through. Then you got Corey Connors and pretty just Hideki died in the wool PGA Tour players going to Wentworth. So if you don't have full status, you're not playing. But the good news is the field is stacked.
It's too bad the defending champ's not going to be there, Billy.
That is a miss. Billy now is an honest to God Euro Tour player, just a man of the world. He's been there and would be there again if he could. Could be.
If he's sitting second, Jordan Smith, I think you would have to consider for Ryder Cup a Ryder Cup spot if Jordan Spieth had made the American team. So then you could put him out there against Spieth just for the novelty of who's the best JS in the game.
The Jordan rules. Yeah, which Jordan rules? That would be a good one. So that's your Wentworth European Tour check-in. On the LPGA, Miranda Wayne, Jody Ewart, Shadoff are your early leaders in Boston. We got 2 more days of that going on. The FM Championship up there at TPC Boston. That's your early check-in.
Little housekeeping here.
Yes.
That we didn't cover on the Sonny Kim win.
Yes.
He has extended his lead on the money list by, what was it, $1,050?
Yeah. Do they count the skins cash in the bonus pool? I don't know. I don't know if that is thrown into the totals.
Just want to point this out. This is, I don't think this record may never be broken.
I'm gonna guess
he sits first on the money list. Yeah. I think the way that this money list, he could be conquered on the money list. The only way is if there's just an influx of cash into purses on the minor league tour.
Yeah. SSG gets involved at the minor league golf tour, maybe. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, the TGL revenue spillover. The SoFi Dome it kind of spills over onto the minor league circuit. They should have minor league golf tour undercards before the TGL matchups.
We're going to get to that in a minute. That would be ridiculous.
Sonny Kim sits first. Now, keep in mind, he's won 88 times.
Yes.
88 times
PJ
since 2007.
PJ, guess the career earnings for 88 wins. Guess the total. Where are we going for minor league golf tour?
88 wins, almost 20 years of service on the minor league tour.
What's that get you, career
like
earnings?
140.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. You just told me it was 1,050. So based on that math,
that's fair.
Well, there's majors. There's majors where you can win 10 grand, and let me tell you, Sonny Kim's taken down a lot of major championships in the history.
So I'll up it to 180.
I was gonna guess in the mid twos.
I think it's under 2.
Well, you both are drastically underrating the wealth that you could accrue on the minor league tour. Sonny Kim has $342,000, $342,687.
Wow,
and 62 cents.
They got it down to the cents.
Does the 62 cents factor into his lead?
They track cents on the minor league tour career money list. This is a very accurate.
I was going to say, so clearly people can learn from the record keeping of the minor league golf tour if they're going down to the cent.
That's good.
We don't even know how many top 5 Sam Snead has anymore.
Oh,
I mean, you go down the list here. Jimmy Lytle, number 2. He was a menace, but
hothead Jimmy.
Maybe he could never get over his anger issues on the golf course. Eric Cole, obviously, he's playing on the PGA Tour. He is number 3 on the money list. He's made $218,000 on the minor league tour. I would, you could say former, but he's an active minor league tour member, which I appreciate. Do you think he gets the PGA Tour to clear waivers when he goes and plays? You know how
I would hope so. Well, if it's not opposite of actual PGA Tour event, I guess you still got to get it cleared, right? Yeah.
I've got just a little tip for Brian Rolapp. I saw that he offered early retirement to a slew of
That's my next news.
Employees.
You know what the combo is? How you get early retirement? I got this little tip. You have to have 70 years combined, age plus service to the PGA Tour. So, are there that many people who
you're 52 with 18 years of service,
right? I'm sure people qualify. It just doesn't feel like a sizable chunk. Tiger was on hand. He's 49, 29 years of service. Maybe he took the retirement package, Tiger. But yes, go ahead.
I would suggest whoever has to give people waivers to play in other events, that seems like a position that doesn't need to exist. So let's just early retire that one.
Yeah, Rolapp might be coming for the retirement. I've heard a few different times. Might be coming for the retirement circuits of all kinds.
PJ, I don't know if you're going to like Brian Rolapp from what I'm hearing.
The Timber Tech Championship and things of that nature might be in trouble.
I've heard that it's been squarely in his discussions.
What are they going to do with Tiger? How could you cut it now? Tiger's he's not going to play on the PGA Tour. He just signed a deal with Insperity. You're going to take that away from the Woodlands right as Tiger's going to show up?
PJ does have a pretty good conspiracy that it was a pure, that's when he's going to be 50. He signed with Insperity, and he's going to make a PGA Tour Champions debut.
I do not think that's a coincidence whatsoever. This is not a man that goes after sponsorships. This is not a coincidence whatsoever.
We go after sponsorships.
Real quick. Hold on.
Oh.
These are guys that need sponsorships, and we'll get to the sponsorships. I just wanted to get to the mule section of the minor league money list. Okay.
God. Minor league mule.
So for Stevie LeBrun, he was just, constantly up and down from the minor league tour to the web.com/Corn Ferry, depending on your time. But here we go. We got Dan McCarthy, Justin Peters, OBJ, unfortunately hasn't gotten up there, but then we go Ben Silverman and Brett Stegmeyer.
Yeah.
Justin Hicks, just Mule Central.
I love that. Those guys played on the PGA Tour.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. So if you're swimming in it like Sonny, maybe like Stevie Fountains, Jimmy Lytle, you're swimming in it, you want to treat yourself to a Mercedes GLS. That's what I would do. I would do if I made $350,000 in total career earnings on them. I would go to my Mercedes dealership or MBUSA.com and check out that new GLS, which stands out as the pinnacle of the SUV lineup that are the perfect companions for golf enthusiasts seeking performance, style, and space on the way to the golf course, like Harbor Ridge, the River Ridge course.
You know what? I just went to MBUSA.com. You know what comes right up on the home screen? GLS, 3 rows of first class luxury.
I love that.
RA class above, the 2025 GLS SUV climbs higher with elegance, power, and a grand physique with room to seat 7. That's a great descriptor, grand physique. I might need to use that to describe some great golf course. Maybe like Shinnecock Hills, you could say grand physique.
Substraka. My idea of grand physique, just absolutely getting in
some might say Ludwig.
Yeah, Ludwig. Yeah, Ludwig, ambassador. And Mercedes-Benz ambassador. So he'd be into that 12 driver systems, nimble handling, and cutting edge AI technology with superb craftsmanship, not craftspeopleship, but craftsmanship. The GLS reflects Mercedes-Benz philosophy simply to deliver the world's greatest vehicles. You can learn more by going to MBUSA.com. And if you can find another podcast that will tie in the minor league golf tour with Mercedes-Benz, Godspeed. Love that.
You know what? I just pulled up. I saw there's a bunch of GLSs available near me, so you can do that too. You can go on and see what's available. They even got the AMG available near me. That
Surprised.
would be, that'd be a nice one.
Yeah. Fancy people out there, Northern California or Central, whatever you want to call it. Eating your granola.
Southern
and your
end of the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
Southern tip.
All right. We mentioned the Rolapp meeting with the early retirement or forced retirement, not forced, a retirement option, not forced. It was 70 years. Another thing I'm told of that meeting, which, by the way, Monahan, nowhere to be found. Not sitting side by side, not introing. Monahan not present, which, obviously there's been a changing of the guard, but not quite because, Monahan's around for another year plus. I don't understand. It's just a great gig, what he's doing. Not running the employee meetings, but he's there. He's the direct deposit's still hitting for another, 15 months.
Conveniently absent from the earlier telling people they can retire early.
I wonder if he has the service. Did he get to 70 years? He's been commissioner for like 8 years. 17. Well, I guess he was on board maybe as an employee prior to that. But also
he's only 55 years old, so he's probably not
eligible. So in addition to the retirement option, it was kind of an open Q&A. He said, how do we better market our non-superstars? I wrote about this in the newsletter. It's like, how do we find out, can we market JJ Spawn before he wins the U.S. Open? Is there a mule marketing technique or strategy they can create? It's an interesting one. Seems impossible. We offered some suggestions in the newsletter. You can read those there, but that seems really difficult to do. Mule Derby. You're talking. Go ahead.
What would be? Give us a couple of them.
Well, I honestly think like you could do a mule playoff for sponsors exemption spots and like battle the mules. Like I don't want to put them on. Yeah, these guys, look, we didn't come up with this term. These guys are literally better at something in life than like anyone else probably will be. 99% of the world. They're just not the elite superstar golfers. But I think like playing for sponsor exemptions, signature events could give them a little pop.
One of my number one things, and this isn't mule dependent, but the PGA Tour these starts that kids earn should have an expiration date on them, because for the PGA Tour, Jackson Koiven staying in school does nothing for them.
Yeah.
Jackson Koiven playing pro golf at age 20 starts to build the profile. And I know it's a delicate thing being like, we're going to like basically tell kids they have to turn pro. But if you're talking about aligning your interests as a tour with what you're giving away, guaranteed starts, also avoiding a kid maybe losing their game and having a PGA Tour card, this is a no-brainer. This is kind of similar with what the women's game. You want these kids, and it's a delicate. Kids can get their degrees at any time. Like, let's not make any misconceptions about like what Jackson Koiven's going to do for a living. Like he can get his degree later. This is pretty standard practice in other sports where primes, early, athletic primes are really rewarded. If you're the PGA Tour and you've extended someone a card, there should be a very short period of time that they have to accept said card. Because what you want to do is you want to start being able to market and promote that player. And if they go back to play college golf, which, I'm not trying to, this is not a shot at college golf. I think it's like extremely under-marketed, under-covered, and the visibility on it should be way higher. But like, there's like 2,000 people in the world that care about college golf. And if he goes back and plays another year where 2,000 people are paying attention to what he's doing on a week in, week out basis, that's not good for the tour. He should be playing on the tour if you're giving him a card.
So either you're in or you're out.
You're in or you're out. You qualify, you're in or you're out.
And you go and have a bad year in college, then you forfeited your chance.
Yeah, or you lose points and you have to reaccrue them over the course of your college. If you want to go back to college, then you lose the points and you have to reaccrue them with a great year. You have to back up your great year. But if you earn your spot, like this is similar. Like think about the buzz, and who knows how his career plays out. And I think think about the buzz if Gordon Sargent had turned pro right when he had earned the PGA Tour U exemption. That was, 2 years ago?
It was a while ago, yeah.
And since he's had some struggles in his game, but nobody's talking about Gordon Sargent being a PGA Tour pro. And this is 2 years ago, it would have been the talk of the town. It would have gotten into casual golf fans' bloodstream. Who is this 20-year-old kid who hits it 30 yards past Rory McIlroy? But now, because his play has slipped, and maybe it comes back, the buzz, the excitement, the anticipation is gone. And what are the tour? He could just hang out.
Yeah, it's like the Caleb Williams corollary. You might as well get the year of buzz while he's pro before he disappears off the face of the earth. Get it while you got
Thanks
it.
for that.
I'm kidding.
I appreciate it.
But you got your buzz. No, I'm kidding. No, it's a good point. It's a good point because now Sargent is just petered out. I mean, that was peak stuff there for a while. He didn't have his card then, but when he's playing Masters, he hadn't earned his card yet. But when he was playing Masters, practice rounds with Rory and Brooks and all that stuff. He was story 2A or something.
I want to say he earned his card that year.
I think he did. It wasn't by April, but yeah, I think you're right. By the end of that year,
he had his card, and he's just been sitting on it for 2+ years.
Yeah. It's an interesting. I think on the mule marketing though, it's like social media. I think these guys are probably more interesting, probably a little less guarded, a little less to lose. That would have drawbacks. They might have some insane takes, but something with social media. Ryan French figures out how to find interesting stories. Ben Griffin, I'm told, I wouldn't say he's a mule at all, but he wasn't the top star. I'm told he has popped on TikTok. PJ, is that fair, accurate characterization? So, yeah, I don't know. Social media is probably a way. Figure out how to get these guys with personality in some different platforms. So.
I mean, if you look at the tours, the tour has famously, 700 employees. They've got they spent $700 million on a content studio. There's probably a lot of employees that are on the content team. And if you look at if you just scroll through the PGA Tour's social media, it's not very inspiring, the output.
All right.
I do feel like I could talk about this as, but
there's a balance. I'll never forget the story I was told when Billy Hurley III, the master and commander, demanded that the PGA Tour tweet about his charity outing for an entire day. You have to treat it like a member-run organization. I mean, it was just there's a balance for sure. Billy Hurley III is not bringing home the bacon when you're talking about his charity outing, but I'm just they had to tail wagging the dog there. Anyways.
I just want to run through what's the recent posts. Okay.
Oh God! Come on! Don't be fair to the kids that are running the content operation.
This is just their Twitter profile. This isn't representative of everything going on there. All right, caveat. But
I might say their media team's understaffed. You tell me
if this is an organization that's interested in marketing mules.
Okay,
you ready?
Yeah.
There's a post. The most recent post is 18 hours ago. I guess it's an early weekend for the tour social media team.
No, but there's nothing going on. There's no tour event.
Well, it'd be a great time to talk to some mules.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's Tommy Fleetwood about his strokes shots gained approach. Then there's a video of Ben Griffin telling Keegan Bradley to pick me. There's a post about Andrew Novak going to Jags training camp. That was a good one.
I like that.
What about his hat, PJ? What do you think of his hat in that post?
What is the hat for the listeners who probably haven't watched this?
He's got his own. The Screenplay podcast is doing merch now. He's got a hat. It says "Ball Nowhere" on the back.
Oh, pretty good.
Like big text.
Big. It's a big letter hat, but backwards. It's on the back, and it says ball knower. I think it's actually, in a world of big letter hats, that's a look I hadn't seen before.
I hadn't seen it either. I'm wondering if it's going to start a trend.
Oh God.
So we get Andrew Novak out. I think that was a pretty good post. Like that's an example of good marketing for a guy that not a lot of people, he's becoming a household name. But of course, it's tied to this like dream home finder sponsorship that just kind of like it's like a very heavy-handed sponsor activation in there.
I got a lot of that. The Decorators weather update, or weather suspension of play, sponsored by Decorators.
So now that's done yesterday for the posts. We're on to August 28th. And it's Carlos Alcaraz swinging his tennis racket like a golf club.
Non-member.
We're back to Tommy Fleetwood. We've got more stuff about the Tour Championship. We've got Keegan Bradley picks. Oh, we got Bernie Longer, Champions Tour career.
There we go. That's bringing home.
Tommy Fleetwood. It's a Tommy Fleetwood repost. I want to say the best Tommy Fleetwood win content was produced by Tommy Fleetwood.
Oh, come on.
Golf bet. Good golf bet thing about Scotty Scheffler. Travis Kelce, because obviously the engagement, you got to ride that wave. Shane Lowry. More Carlos Alcaraz paying homage to Rory McIlroy.
Non-member Carlos.
Well, Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood Winners Walk that's sponsored by FedEx. Tommy Fleetwood.
There we go. Well,
Justin
he won.
Rose.
That was the story.
Atlanta legend Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood.
He might be.
Here we go. Theo Humphrey gets it done at the Manitoba Open.
There's a mule, or there you go.
It's not even a mule. We're at August 24th.
I know.
There hasn't been content about anybody outside the top 10 in the FedEx Cup. So this is my point.
The guys got to do it on their own channels. They can't come to the Decorators, Dreamfinders, FedEx channels of the PGA Tour.
You've got 700 employee company in a $700 million content studio. And you're telling me that the number 100 in the world who doesn't know anything about content has to do it on their own channels?
No.
You're asking somebody.
I'm saying that's how you get
this is my point. You're asking somebody who doesn't make content to make content. Like they don't know where to start.
Well, some of them might. Yeah. You got to go to the Michael Kim school or the Max Homa school and figure Ben Griffin school. Yeah. But that's how it's more authentic if it comes from the person.
This is like asking a normal human being to do his taxes like every week of the year.
Sometimes. All right. I mean, it's a vexing question. Can the mules be marketed in a more substantial way? That I think it speaks to Rolapp's sort of great interest in the parity that you have in professional golf that he thinks is a real selling point, that anybody can win, or close to anyone.
A question: which mule would you want Rolapp to fixate on? And like he gives orders to market one mule. What mule do you make? Do you make the order? This is my suggestion.
This is a great one. Do you have someone in
market
mind?
It? All of a sudden gets the Scotty Scheffler treatment.
Oh, that's so good. Do you have one in mind?
No, I came up with this question a second ago.
Charlie Hoffman, he's on the way. I mean, probably Cucumber. Quade Cummings seems like a good personality. I'd be into boosting Cucumbers. He's older now at this point, but get the Cucumber.
Cucumber day in the life where you just go around and he just tries to eat as much food as he can, like he was talking about when he did that bar stool. Like, what did they try and eat? 20 something.
Yeah. Yep. Could do that. I like that. Is there someone you would pick, PJ? Is there a mule you'd like to see get a greater profile?
I think you've seen Cameron Young's profile really pop over the last month and a half. What about Carson Young? We don't have a lot of Carson Young content.
It's Cameron's brother.
Yeah.
He's a Beatriati guy, so
He is
that
a
you know
Beatriati
he'd
guy.
look good.
I think we need some more Carson Young content. Maybe we can get to the bottom. A big question that people have just tuning in who don't know, why are the full names on the leaderboard kind of thing. We could unpack that. There are layers with the Young brothers. I feel like Carson needs some shine.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a guy that I've struggled to find anything interesting about. I've done exhaustive Google searches about him and uncovered nothing. So this is just sheerly out of personal interest to see if there's anything there. Tyler Duncan.
I mean, is he even a tour player anymore? Where did he finish? He finished 211th. He made 5 FedEx Cup points this year, I believe.
I'm sure that he's still got some residual status based off of his one win in his career, you know?
Yeah, fair. All right, T. Dunk.
He's made 211 starts. There's got to be a 211 start exemption that's coming down the pipeline.
Getting up there. News real quick.
God,
other
guess
results.
how much Tyler Duncan's made?
Like $3.5 million.
PJ, you got to guess?
I take the over on 3.5 slightly.
No, come on.
I think it's closer to 4.
Guys are so far off.
I was going
He's
to say that's too
won
much.
on the
That's
tour.
way too much.
211 starts. He's made $7.1 million.
Well, I figured winning was $1 million. Then you can get 3 more.
God, that gives me a headache. That's a problem. That's a problem, Rolapp. I mean, you can't have $7 million. Tyler Duncan making $7 million is a problem.
Hold on.
All right,
Let's just get into this like post expense money. You're talking. He's won on the PGA Tour. He's played 211 events, and I would guess that he took home of the 7 million like 4.
Okay,
so you're talking like if you play
I'm not trying to take his money
Major
from
League
him.
Baseball, you're going to take home. And you're like the bottom of a roster Major League Baseball player. You're taking and you play for 5 years. You're taking home like $3 or $4 million. All your expenses are paid. You're not paying travel.
Okay.
In every other sport.
Okay.
You know how expensive it is now to travel? You spend a week somewhere.
I'm not arguing against whether he earned it or justified. I'm just saying it's a lot of money for a guy that probably didn't bring a ton of value to the tour. But that's the way it works. I'm not
disagreeing with that, but like it's also
money.
You got to take all the these guys need their whole cabals. They need their nutritionists. They have to eat grass-fed beef. They have to
isn't the tour providing a lot of that now? Starting to provide the daycare and the nutritionists and all that stuff.
I should have gone and asked Kuchar the other night about what he thought about ballpark expenses. He was eating some peanuts and having a beer
at the Cubs Giants game. Not in the box. You sat in the section with the same section. Is that right?
Yeah. Should it? That would have been an electric question.
How's a beer cost $17? Someone who didn't make any money from his win would be Mike McCoy. Just got to give him his flowers. Won the U.S. Senior Amateur. He becomes the first in history to win the U.S. Mid-Am and the U.S. Senior Am. I don't think, he's like, there will definitely be more coming up. There's some great Mid-Ams. So he's won the Mid-Am. He's won the Senior British. He's won a Walker Cup player, Walker Cup captain last time around, and now he's won the Senior Am. A big Iowa legend, one of the great amateurs. Shout out to Mike McCoy for winning the Senior Amateur. Do you see there was a guy in there, I forget his name, with 1,000, almost 1,100 PGA Tour starts?
Yeah, I did see that.
Sposa, maybe was his name. I can't remember.
Sosa, I think it was, something.
1,100 PGA Tour starts.
Pretty crazy, right?
We're playing in the Senior Amateur. McCoy rumbles to the win. Other news.
Sposa. Mike Sposa.
Yeah.
According to the USGA, and I can't believe they posted this, he played in 1,744 events on the PGA Tour. I'm guessing that includes maybe like, that was a typo.
Why?
There's no way.
Yeah.
That's right.
Could it be like How do you? I don't. That
Mathematically,
math doesn't math on that one.
No.
Yeah, but they promoted it, and like here's his resume in the amateur.
Like if he played for 20 years.
Assuming it's like buy.com or web.com.
That's
tour.
87 starts a year for 20 years. That's not possible.
No. But they're promoting it, and he's playing in the senior am. Other news, Kapalua is shutting down September 2nd, Tuesday, for 2 months. Dire situation. They're trying to make sure the course doesn't die, but still that seems like a very imminent possibility. There's a lawsuit going on between the owner of Kapalua and this land company that runs the pipe from the mountain down to. They're just out of water. There's a drought, no water. The Sentry is in danger. We had this maybe as an unsubstantiated rumor a few weeks ago. Now it's an AP report. It's a substantiated report. And so there's dueling management company. Water is scarce. They say the pipe hasn't been maintained. They're saying, you shouldn't be using water to keep a golf course alive. Either way, the course is really struggling, going to shut down for 2 months, and the Sentry's in danger, legitimately. Where would you move the Sentry if not given the option, but you had to do it? Is there a place? People in our Twitter mentions are suggesting Australia. January 5 is a tough time to play golf around in the United States, but also generally the world. Not a lot of options, or fewer options in the Northern Hemisphere. Australia, you think those guys are going to Australia to play the Sentry?
There's a lot of options for this, right? I think there aren't a lot of U.S. domestic options. January 5th is a tough time. Like the one that you immediately go to is TPC Scottsdale, but the build out's going to be mid build out because of how big that is. It's not going to be built out. You can't do that. It's unavailable, right? I don't think Torrey Pines you necessarily want to do that. But that was last year when they had the closure where they went.
Right.
I think the coolest option would be Australia or New Zealand or anything Southern Hemisphere would be neat. Could you go down to South America? Could you go play at the Olympic? You want to talk about crazy ideas? Go play the Rio Olympic course again. But probably unlikely. The pampered Fs would.
Maybe the NFL thinking comes to the tour. The NFL's going to Brazil. Maybe Rolapp imposes that on the PGA Tour. You never know.
Other option wouldn't not the most exciting, but what about Puerto Rico?
I mean, it's an option when you're talking about limited universe of places to play golf. January 5th. Yeah, that's a good.
Where would you go?
I mean, the Australia one's the dream. It just seems like there's 0%, 5.5% chance of that actually happening. Ideally, it stays in Sentry. Would they ever could they do back-to-back weeks at Waialae? Where it's, 50 guys on the first week. It's a limited field, and then you go to 150. Yeah, seems tough. Seems tough to do. But yeah,
can't do that.
That's news. Kapalua struggling up there, so we hope they get it together. Let's go. If you need to get it together, let's go to some golf advice, sponsored by Best Day Brewing. You can get 20% off your first order at bestdaybrewing.com when you use the promo code FriedEgg20. It's football season. That typically comes with a beverage, typically comes with junk food. But, if you're trying to mind your sensibilities, mind your maybe next day clear-headedness, Best Day Brewing is an option. They have spent years perfecting the right formula for non-alcoholic brew. It could be weekday beers, lunch beers, post-activity beers, zebra striping, so you're mixing and matching with the A and the NA. They spent years crafting the right taste. They've got different kinds of Kolsch. They've got the Electro Lime, which I've been into lately. My wife is big into the Kolsch. She likes, wheat beers and ales and a lot of these NAs come with kind of a heavy IPA type. The Kolsch has kind of hit the spot for her. She's really into that. And they have the IPA too, if you're into that. They've spent a lot of time crafting these flavors. Get a ton of anecdotal feedback we have on this one.
You want real life feedback?
Yeah, please.
Was my daughter's birthday party recently. If you remember last year, it was a Saturday birthday party. No real beer was drank. No spirits were drank. Another Saturday birthday party. Very little real alcohol was drank. It was, in fact, I was the only one who partook.
What are they doing?
I don't know. But you know what was hot? What was hot in the cooler? The best day.
Really?
Ran out of the best day.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
People were coming back for 2, 3, 4 best days.
Wow. And you can too. bestdaybrewing.com. The promo code is FriedEgg20. FriedEgg20. You get 20% off your first order. It does not include subscription orders. That takes us into golf advice. And we've got a good one here with related to the ad read. I enjoyed this. Casey, 38, 2 kids, no interest in fighting. We might have some merchandise coming pretty soon with off that community phenomenon. Golf advice. Thank you for introducing me to the incredible world of Best Day Brewing. As a lifelong beer drinker, I've never cared much for, quote, a different NA brand. Best Day has truly changed my perspective on the NA world. This is a real email to our golf advice. I hope they're not affiliated with Best Day. See attached screenshot receipts. He attached them. He used the promo code FriedEgg20. Like Andy, I've developed an affinity for crisp and refreshing electro limes. I've found that they can be enjoyed just about any time of day, or so I thought. Our family was vacationing at the beach a few weeks ago, and I cracked an electro lime at 9 a.m. on a weekday in front of my wife and kids, which quickly prompted an exasperated, "What are you doing?" from my wife, who is not used to me drinking anything non-alcoholic. Even when I explained to her what it was, she still seemed irritated and confused by my choice so early in the day. She is not a beer drinker and continually declined my many offers for her to, quote, try it. My dismissive, not so fastly Corso finger waggle after revealing it was non-alcoholic beer probably didn't help either. Yeah, that's not getting you into your good graces. Anyway, my question is, how early in the day is it acceptable to crack open an NA beer around your family? The situation or decorum apply. What do you think? It's not like he also added, it's not like I was going for the West Coast IPA or even specifically craving the taste of beer. Something about the sea salt and electro lime. My name was, that was calling my name in the morning.
I have no problem with this. This is the point of it. You know, like, yeah. I think one of the great things is, you know, I live somewhere where there's a lot of really nice hikes. And when I finish like a hike, I just sometimes just crave a beer, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
and it could be 9 a.m. And I have a feeling of accomplishment. This is the beauty of the NA, is that you can still go about your day.
Yep. Yeah, I think there's no problem with it, but I do understand your wife's immediate reaction. And then it seems like you give her a finger waggle, you know, an aha moment isn't helping you smooth things over. But yeah, you can have it any time of day. You literally can do it. Lunch, breakfast, whenever you want. Next one. This is from, didn't leave his name. Career low round with the potential asterisk. Andy Brennan and the boys, age 38, 2 kids, not seeking it out, but willing to rise to the occasion and brawling. An anonymity preference, respectfully request anonymity. All the usual effusive praise regarding the podcast, you guys. All right. Seeking advice on the appropriate course of action following a bout of recent good golf. I joined a local club in 2020 as an 8 or 9 index with a bunch of lessons and practice. I've been slowly getting better year over year with an index near scratch now. Hey, is scratch, like, I feel like we too broadly throw that.
That's way too broadly.
If someone was arguing with me, the guy, we were playing with somebody who's like a +4, and they called him a scratch. I was like, is he a scratch? He's a scratch.
Yeah, I think the more egregious scratch categorization is when somebody's like a 2.
Right.
And they call it. It feels like there's almost like a 2 on each side buffer.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Not all scratches created equal. It's way too blanket of a term.
My handicap fluctuates around, and I wouldn't take any. I would say I'm a scratch. Like, it's an easy way to describe.
That's it's become a big blanket term, but
yeah,
doesn't
but
connote.
I don't think that people should characterize themselves as a scratch if they've never been at 0.0 or better.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so I made it to 0.0 without ever breaking par, he says.
See, this is crazy.
Which I always found odd. Yeah, he admits it. However, our course is 7,200 yards, par 71, and rated 76 from the back tees, which my group typically plays. So shooting in the mid-70s can really do some damage to your index. My group usually consists of 4+ handicaps and me, the quote worst in the group. So there's little appetite for my usual group to play anything other than the back tees. All right. A few weeks back, a game came together with a group of 4 friends, none of which are in my usual group. I suggested we play a modified version of the wolf, the wrinkle being that the wolf on the hole gets to choose the tee. Everyone agreed. Sounds like a good time. Nice change of pace, etc. We played 3 or 4 holes from the tips, but also played a fair amount from the blues, whites, and a few from the reds. So this wasn't his usual group, a mix of handicaps, and they all chose different tees. Well, I looked down at my scorecard after making a long birdie putt on 11 to see that I'm 5 under par. I promptly bogeyed 3 holes in a row, of course, but I ended up making birdie on 17 and 18 to shoot a 4 under par 67, my first round under par of my life. My first under par round of my life. I'm obviously thrilled, but in the 19th hole, the discussion begins. Does this quote count, and should it be posted? We added up the scorecard yardage.
The problem with the handicap system.
We added up the scorecard yardage of the tees we played, and it totaled just under 6,300 yards. An assistant pro we consulted said it did not have to be posted. Another friend was adamant that it should not be posted. Question for the SGS boys. Does this count as my first under par round? And how, if at all, would you post the score? In my opinion, I should have to live with the result of the low round and its effect on my index. Thus, it should be posted. So I posted the round from a combo set of tees with the yardage closest to the aggregate we played.
I think the guy handled this perfectly. I think that you should seek out the tee that most represents the yardage of 6,300 that you have. But this is what sucks about the handicap system. It actually like ruins setting up golf courses. Is like, it's wild. Like if you move a tee up on a hole that's a back tee, which would make it really interesting. Like you could take a hole and make it drivable for if you're talking about like a club championship. Somebody will come in and be like, "Well, you moved that tee way up. I don't want to post the score with this tee box with the back tee box." It's crazy. I think you could contend that the handicap system has like had like an extraordinarily negative effect on golf in America.
I am
because it doesn't encourage people playing different tee boxes. Like something I like to do when I play is I just go to the tee box closest to the last green if I'm playing by myself or if I'm just trying to like zip around in an afternoon, because I don't want to deal with like walkbacks or anything. And it could be like a wide range of tees. Sometimes it's the back tee, sometimes it's the up tee. And like, I don't care. Like I've played a course a bunch of times. Like I'm just trying to just get around, and I don't want to do like, I don't want to walk back to tees. And it's fun because the holes are different. But like, then I get done with a round. If I wanted to post a score, there's no tee box. Like I have no approximation of what tee box I played.
We are perhaps too far removed from like club life and competitive golfing situations. I am always shocked at how adamant people are about the accounting of handicap maintenance. And yeah, it just, I wouldn't say it ruined golf in America, maybe, but it's become much large, pervasive part of the culture than it's my life, than I think it matters, and the golf culture. But it's become way too much of the deal.
My biggest issue with handicaps is that it like constricts like the optionality of the game, which is one of the coolest aspects of the game. Is like, it's so fun going like, it's super. I played a match once that was like so cool. I mean, I'm playing this golf course and we were playing, it was a 4-ball match. So best ball, 2 groups, and whichever team won got to pick the tee. And one of the guys I was playing was like, he was like a 4, but he was like 75. And the guy inside 100 yards was like unbelievable. So when they won a hole, they picked the forward tee because they could get like short clubs in this guy's hand. And when our team won, we would just go all the way back. So we'd, like effectively knock the guy out of the hole.
Right.
But it was like a crazy match. And if you're obsessed with handicaps and posting scores, you can't play that match because there's no way to approximate what tees you played. And it's just a fun wrinkle to the game. But like some of these clubs, if you play and don't post a score, you get like in trouble and you could get suspended.
It's ridiculous.
For not posting a score. It's like, why can't I just play the game the way I want to play the game?
Yeah, I was going to suggest like you can do like handicap rounds and then you can go have fun, like handicap maintenance rounds, whatever you want to call them, and then just go maybe do something casual, but then you get yelled at about just you're out on the course and you're not posting your number. What about the other part of his question? Can he claim this as his career on low under par round? I would say 63, you're still, it's not like you went up to 50, 200 yards or something like that, right?
Listen, my lowest round of my life came on a very soft golf course, like with no wind. And I don't tell, like people ask what the lowest score I shot is. It's like, but it was like, there are asterisks to the round. Like it was not like, it had rained the night before. It was like 70 degrees. There was no wind. And it was like, it was just like a pill, you could just go out.
What was the number? The listeners are probably.
It was 65 on a 72. Okay. So 7 under. But there's varying degrees. Like sometimes like I like the best round I've ever played, for example, I won a 1-day club net event and it was like blowing like 30 miles an hour and I shot 66 and I won the net event by 2 or 3 shots over like 25 handicaps as at the time of plus. And I like effectively got netted up to 68.
Yeah.
And and that was the best round I've ever played in my life. Like, but it's not the lowest score I've ever shot by life. Sure. Right?
Yeah.
So there's caveats. Like this is the thing. This is this, like people always equate score, but it's all relative, right? I guarantee that Rory McIlroy or Scotty Scheffler could attest that like one of the best rounds they've ever played in their lives was like a 68.
It was not the lowest number. Yes.
And it's not the one that they shot 61 or 62 in.
Right. This guy added, my golf career is riddled with asterisk accomplishments. This is kind of amazing. I made a hole-in-one playing alone. I holed out a re-tee on a par 4 after hitting the first one OB. And now I've done this.
On a par 4, he made a 3?
Yes, after hitting OB.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like one of the coolest stories.
And now his low round is like this wolf mixed tee box thing. He's like, I don't know. My life is asterisk. Yeah.
A good buddy of mine recently played golf with some of our friends on his birthday, rinsed one on a par 3 and then holed it out for a par. He's never had a hole one on his birthday, hole out par.
It's a great story. It's a better story than just another hole in one, right?
It is a better story than just another hole in one.
We're going to do like a couple of rapid, real quick ones that aren't this is a good one. My dad loves Liv Golf from John. 47, 2 kids, no interest in fighting. I'm not 100% sure why, although I have my suspicions. For some reason, my dad is obsessed with Liv and is constantly calling to tell me about how great the tournaments are. Yesterday, he told me the course they're playing in Indianapolis is one of the most interesting golf courses he's ever seen. Quote, out of curiosity, I turned on the Liv coverage. Admittedly, I'm not a golf course architecture aficionado, but all I see are fairways lined with houses. So I have 2 questions. Is the club at Chatham Hills an architectural masterpiece? And I'm failing to see it. I think you're good on that one. And assuming the answer to my first question is no, should I tell my dad he's crazy? Thanks in advance. I'll be in the Bay Area in a few weeks. Can you hook me up with a tea time at Cal Club? That's just a joke off a prior email. We could, maybe, but we're not. If your dad loves Liv Golf, or if someone is telling you this golf course is really good, and it's someone as close as your dad, you tell them actually it's not. How often do you find yourselves in these instances where someone is clearly smitten or enamored, thinks the course is good, and you probably more objectively could tell them, well, it's not, but you don't.
Listen, I just at this point I say, oh, I haven't been there. I haven't seen it. I'd love to get there someday. Just because you know what, golf courses are like restaurants. They're kind of taste, right? And sure, you have like people that the society identifies as someone with good taste, but like at the same time, I'm not going to come in and tell somebody that they're I think that the greater question is like, I mean, if your dad's really into Liv Golf, I don't know where this listener lives. Feels like you got to go to a Liv Golf event with your dad. Like, I think you lean into this.
Yeah.
You got to start asking them questions about like, what do you think about the relegation? Them not relegating players. Like, as part of this advice, I just stay away from the golf course stuff. Yeah. I get really in the weeds with my dad about what he thought about some of the hot topics of Liv.
Maybe Father's Day, get him a hat of his favorite team. For Christmas, get him a Status hat or something like that. Yeah.
This is like actually like a pretty incredible thing to have, like having your father-son relationship, like where you just have something that you can just like just pepper him with questions and just see where he lands on different topics, and it's like like. It'll be like a great lasting memory for you. I gotta remember when my dad got deep into to Liv, and he loved the stingers.
I love that. He's calling you. This is one of the greatest courses I've ever seen in my life. I love it. He's enthusiastic.
You should book a trip. Go down there.
Yeah.
Isn't India a public course?
I think it's a club, but I'm sure you could finagle your way on Chatham Hills or whatever it was. But yeah. One last really fast one, and we'll get out of here. Private club end-of-year staff appreciation bonus pool. 41 3 kids and 0 interest in fighting. I'm a member at blank. I don't think he wants that out there.
Don't need that out there.
Yeah. Please leave this out of the ejected members for dumber things. And I prefer, we do the Anchorman thing here. And I just read the script. You can't say I'm a member at, I'm glad I caught that one and then say, leave this out. I'm just reading the email. If you want it anonymous, don't start that way. They charge gratuity on everything. Example, if I order a $4 iced tea, they also add a 20% gratuity or whatever the percentage is onto it. So basically you're tipping for everything you purchase there. That I don't have a problem with. Although the tipping culture in the U.S. has gone haywire, that's for another time. It is for another time.
It's nuts.
The few things I can't remember recently, but like I was like, really?
At the ballpark, they're asking for 20% on beer. It's like, wait, I ordered an $18 beer and then I need to tip $4?
It's crazy. There have been, one I have a problem with is now we are tipping before the actual service has been provided, like DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever these. And like, I was in a situation a couple weeks ago where like I needed it in a pretty concise time frame, and I ordered it based upon the delivery time. That then like the delivery went for a wander in the woods, but I'd already tipped like a good tip. I tipped extra because to emphasize I needed it quickly. Like you're tipping before the service has been done. Anyways, it's kind of crazy. Bigger discussion for another time.
Another question I have is the delivery tips. Like, do I need to tip more because I've got 5 pizzas than one pizza? Like, it's the same act. The delivery act is the same act.
It's an interesting
right? Like
question.
It's not more work to deliver 5 pizzas or one pizza.
It's heavier carrying it to the door.
Right?
It's a totally fair question.
This
comes from former caddies who lived on tips. We are pro tipping. I haven't tipped a lot of extra on the golf course than I need to. I try to, I hope.
I always tip, Yeah. But like, I think the whole culture of this has gone nuts.
Yeah, it's out of control.
All right, so the club's got
20%
on
everything, every single thing. But for the last couple of years, they've sent an email out wanting donations for the end of year staff appreciation bonus pool. They want the members to donate money to the bonus pool that they'll then share with the staff. I think that's insane. I mean, we tip on everything we purchase. We tip outside services guys after playing around. We tip when we order drinks, food, etc. And am I wrong to think this is asinine? It's a fair question to ask. He sent the email of like, the staff appreciation bonus pool email. I don't know if I have to read this. Every dollar raised will be distributed amongst the team as part of their end of year bonus. 100% goes to that. But they lay it on thick. They sap it up. Like, let's show them how much they appreciate it. Let's finish this year strong with gratitude, generosity, and that special blank club spirit. So that, that's real treacly. I guess I have questions about whether that 20% is going to the staff then, right? Is that automated? What's the cut that's ending up in the actual service being provided? If that's BS, right? If that's getting chopped off and going to some third-party service or going up the chain to the person who didn't contribute to the service, that's my bigger question there. This I have a better feeling about because presumably this is going directly into the pockets of the staff. Would you not contribute to this based on the 20% rule? No,
listen, life's hard right now. Cost of living is like insane everywhere.
Yeah.
I think about like what's happened to like some prices of just like nominal food like ground beef, and it's like what it costs now to make burgers or tacos at home versus what it cost 15 years ago to make tacos at home is like it's like shocking.
About like 6 years ago. Yeah.
If you're for the most part, like there are really lucrative jobs at clubs, but for the most part, the vast majority of people that are working at clubs are not rolling around in dough, even with your 20% tip on your everything you're doing. So listen, this is a nice thing. It's a nice thing for like kids going back to college. If you get, a nice little payout of this bonus pool, maybe they can like go do something fun. Like I think like of all the places, this is nobody that's working a club and getting bonused out of this bonus pool is like, you're gonna buy like a fancy watch with it. Maybe they will, but
no. I mean, I think like I would do it. I get your kind of hesitation with the 20% thing. Chip off what you can. $100, $500, whatever it is that's suitable for you. I would chip off and contribute to this bonus pool fund. All right. I think that does it for this Friday episode. Labor Day is Monday. It's the first of the month. PJ, you want to jump in there? Talk about the Labor Day sale.
Do we want to do college football quarterback or college golfer? Or do we want to save it?
Yes, rip it. Okay. If you want, or should we save it for next week? What do you think, Andy? You got to go do kids school stuff.
We're running into my.
Let's go.
My school.
We'll do it next week.
Hopefully, an Illini victory Monday.
You know what? There ain't anything going on really next week. Monday. So
who's Q's got?
Tennessee in the stupid Atlanta game. We're gonna get smoked.
Ooh.
So,
or it's an opportunity to shock the world.
BC plays Fordham, Jesuit, like Northeast Jesuit battle.
17-point dogs. It's a great way to start the year.
That's tough. Good luck to Illinois. Good luck to Syracuse, I guess, maybe.
I'll say this. At least you don't have to go up against.
I want to talk to Samson.
He's gone. He's on the Browns now.
Fair. All right. Everybody enjoy your weekends. We may be back on Monday. I don't think so, though. First of the month recording. Probably not even for that, but it's Labor Day. We'll figure out our schedule.
There's a Labor Day sale. I wanted to do for the greatest day of the year sale for September 1, but we didn't get our ducks in a line to come up with a code or a promotion, which is a big shock for this podcast. Labor Day 15 gets you 15% off all weekend in the pro shop. Lots of stuff in there.
Labor Day, good prints, includes prints. We got that email about how that's a gift for someone who hosts you. What?
I personally love this this Illinois/Bears hat that Meg stocked, the Fried Egg Golf Club hat for any Fried Egg Golf Club member. That's my
Navy and orange.
De facto Illini Bears hat.
Yeah. What are the Illini's official colors? Do they call it like navy and orange or just blue and orange?
We're just the original orange and blue.
Okay. Some of these colleges get very specific about their colors. Crimson instead of.
Is there a college football game you're keen to watch this weekend?
Me?
Yeah.
I think Clemson LSU is going to be interesting on Saturday night. The Battle of Death Valley. What's the real Death Valley? Is it Clemson Stadium or Baton Rouge?
And
so
a fake orange and blue team going up against LSU.
It's purple. You're colorblind. You're colorblind. That's you get a pass for that one, but it's purple. PJ is like disgusted with blue. It's purple.
Honestly, sometimes I don't know if I'm colorblind or if I just never learned what colors were. Like my daughter corrects me all the time with colors. It's like pretty embarrassing.
That's great. PJ, what game are you into as a sports?
Texas Ohio State is the layup, but let's see if Arch is for real here.
It sucks. It's at noon. I'm sorry. I know Big Noon has become a thing, but
it's Fox ruining the game. Absolutely ruining the game. Everything's got to be at noon now.
I mean, I don't want to watch it till 2 a.m, but noon is a little early.
Well,
if you want, it's on at 9 a.m. here.
If you want to watch the battle for the color orange, you can just flip over to ABC at noon instead and watch us get our shit kicked in. So,
All right, great. It's so good to have it back. Enjoy your Labor Days if you're here in the United States. Enjoy, I guess, your regular ass weekend if you're not. We will be back next week to talk Wentworth, Ryder, whatever, smorgasbord of things. We'll figure it out. Talk to you then.